Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is Pep Platypus of DAJ Films, and it's time to review some more Adventure Time. Got a new shirt for these reviews, looking pretty good. So yeah, episode 8, Business Time. So to summarize the episode real fast, basically Finn and Jake are at the beach, and they're finding stuff in icebergs, they're doing flamethrower stuff, you know, thawing out the icebergs and finding different toys and bicycles and stuff like that. And they're trying to build a gauntlet dock where they can do an obstacle course. And they end up finding a big iceberg that's got businessmen inside. And the businessmen, I'll touch on them later, their personalities and everything. But the businessmen start working for Jake and Finn. They finish the dock. They start doing all their work for them. It starts off with just, oh, my sword is sharpened and my shoes feel better and stuff like that, and then it becomes, you know, they're doing everything while Finn and Jake just sit there and eat ice cream and get fat. And then the businessmen take it too far. They kind of don't consider the people's feelings. They're just kind of like, no, you're safe if you're captured and in a safe place, but even though you're unhappy. And Finn and Jake have to stop them while being overweight. So that's basically the plot. And of course they do stop them. They put them back in the iceberg and everything. So things I liked about this episode. The businessmen are great, and the reason why I think the businessmen are great is because they're not just evil. They're not just like, you know, how do I want to say, you know, they're not just there with Finn and Jake. They're not just like, oh yeah, we'll do business for you, and then they're secretly like, you know, we're gonna, you know, take all their money. No, you know, they're not evil businessmen. They're just businessmen who love to work, and they're very impulsive, and they mispronounce words, but they have like this very straight man voice, this very not that wild and crazy, very dull voice with very uniform and generic designs, but at the same time they're, you know, crazy and impulsive, and they love doing their work. And like I said, they mispronounce words and everything, and it's funny. It's a nice, unique thing, and the fact that they're not villains I like as well, because even though by the end of the episode they're antagonists, they're still just trying to do their thing and trying to do what they want to do. So to a certain extent, you can kind of feel sorry for them when they have to get put back in the iceberg at the end of the episode. Another thing I liked was just a lot of funny jokes. Like, I can't think of any real standout lines except for one, and it's not even one of the best lines, but it's the only one I can really distinctly remember. It's the scene where they're fighting the cubes. Well, the whole scene where they're fighting the cubes is funny because, you know, they're going to rescue Hot Dog Princess, and the setup is great because her kingdom is hilarious. It's just this little doghouse with a little fence around it, and while they're fighting off these cubes, she ends up falling asleep because of how long they're taking. She's like not even in peril anymore. But then the businessmen start fighting for them. I love the scene where he's like, here's oranges and water to help rehydrate while they're sitting there taking a break. And that's pretty much when it starts. That's pretty much when the laziness starts. And yeah, just a lot of funny scenes. I like the businessmen. The climax is pretty cool. I think that's really all I have to say. I mean, I guess I didn't find the snail, but if I had to guess, you know, there's that scene where the businessmen are walking by and Finn and Jake are in the background playing video games and eating ice cream and getting fatter every time a businessman goes by. I'd have to imagine the snail was probably in one of those shots, maybe. Like, as one of the businessmen goes by, the snail's there sitting on one of the ice cream tubs or whatever, and then as another businessman goes by, they're gone. So that'd be, if I had to guess, I'd say he's probably in there somewhere. But I didn't find him. I didn't actually see him. I could look it up, I guess. Or rewatch the episode, but, you know, I'm not going to rewatch an episode like 3 times looking for the snail. Anywho, this episode actually has, surprisingly, since now that I'm on season 5 now, because I've just been tearing through the series because the episodes are just so short, I can just marathon a bunch of them at once. There's a lot of hints to future events in this episode without even actually really being hints, you know. And it's really cool how they do that. Like the little fire demon dude that he lights the flamethrower with, you'll see, I don't know if you'll see that one specifically, but you'll see them later. You'll see where they come from in like season 5 or season, well, maybe in season 5, but it's introduced in season 3 and season 4. And then you know, the icebergs having like bicycles and computers, that's one of the series' biggest plot twists, which I do know what the plot twist is, but you know, I'll talk about it once it starts to become more prevalent. I won't just dive into a bunch of stuff later. Yeah, so pretty much all I have to say. I think it's a good episode. I think it's pretty funny. I think the only thing that's really weak is that it's kind of predictable. You kind of know what's going to happen. Maybe not that the businessmen were going to take it as far as they did, but you can kind of expect, as soon as you see Finn and Jake sit down and let the businessmen do all the work, as soon as you see them sit down with the ice cream and the video games, you pretty much know what's going to happen from there. But other than that, I think it's a strong episode. It's good. I liked it. I like that he just orders the businessmen to get back in the iceberg and they do it. I think that's funny. So yeah, overall I think it's a good episode. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch any more of my Adventure Time videos, you can check out my channel. They're all my most recent videos, and I also have a playlist on my channel. I'm going to be wearing this shirt from now on in these videos, so that should be pretty cool. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.